Welcome everybody to the Book of X. I'm your host Chris, and we are back for another episode of the Xbox Weekly News Roundup. So first up, we have the Game Pass updates for the month, for the rest of the month of May 2025. So first up, we have Monster Train 2, which is dropping day one on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, and is available for you to play now. What you must do in this game is essentially command a groups of clans that have been newly forged to embark on journeys through hell, heaven, the abyss, and defeat titans before they destroy the world. This has got massive praise off the back of the original Monster Train, so if this is the type of game you're interested in, be sure to check this one out. We've also got two editions that are now available in Game Pass Standard, already available for us in Game Pass Ultimate, which are Creatures of Ava and Stalker 2, both of which came out back in 2024. So if those are games that you've not been able to play because you're on the Standard tier, be sure to check those out. We've also now got Tales of Kenzera Zao available in Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass as part of the EA Play side of things. And what Tales of Kenzera has is you taking the role of a shaman and using sort of cosmic powers to navigate through a land. It's a Metroidvania style game, so if you are into those type of sort of Castlevania, Metroid, and other similar sort of genre games, be sure to check this one out. Looking ahead then to the games that are going to be coming into Game Pass over the next week or two. First up, we have Tom Clancy's The Division 2. That will be dropping on May 27th. Now, this is specifically the Year 7 Season 1 block. So what this has you doing is joining a group of civilians and taking down basically enemies throughout the district of Washington in an RPG style shooter. Now this will be available on Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass Standard. Next day then, on May 28th, you have a new game available day one for Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, which is Tour T. What this is a Katamari style game. It's from the makers of Katamari Damacy, where you're just essentially navigating life through a small town with a dog companion. We then have Metaphor ReFantasio dropping on May 29th. Now, this is a big drop for Game Pass Ultimate, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass Standard. This was, everybody's fascinated by Expedition 33 at the moment, but Metaphor was essentially the RPG of 2024. Massive accolades, and this is from the team behind the Persona franchise and Shin Megami Tensei franchises. So I'll definitely be checking that out on May 29th, as it's a game that I still haven't got around to. Also on May 29th, we have another day one drop coming into the service then, which is Spray Paint Simulator. So the clue is in the names of what you're going to be doing in this game, but following the success of big franchises is sort of Power Wash Simulator and other sort of simulators that have been highly successful in Game Pass lately, such as Firefighting Simulator, Auto Mechanic Simulator, and so on. Be sure to check this one out. Leading in then into the start of June, we have two games then dropping on June 3rd. First up is Crypt Custodian, which is going to Ultimate, PC and Standard, and is essentially a top-down Metroidvania where you go about cleaning up in the afterlife. We also have Symphonia dropping again in Ultimate, PC Game Pass, and Game Pass Standard, and it's essentially a non-violent platformer. We then got brand new additions to Xbox Cloud Gaming, so 50 new games that are now available as of yesterday in Xbox Cloud Gaming, and they are, just to recap the list, it's Brutal Legend, Costume Quest 2, Day of the Tentacle, Full Throttle, Grim Fandango, Max the Curse of Brotherhood, Neon Abyss, Quantum Break, Rare Replay, Scream Ride, State of Decay Year 1, SteamWorld Dig 2, Sunset Overdrive, Super Lucky's Tale, and Zoo Tycoon Ultimate Animal Collection. Now, quite a few titles from there from Double Fine, and there's also then additional titles from Xbox's first party or sort of previous exclusives there, so probably just tying down various licenses there. Coming back around to Game Pass at the moment, so we've had another surprise drop this week. It in the form of the Activision Retro Classics that are now available on Xbox Game Pass. So there's a new Retro Classics module available on Game Pass, and inside it has over 50 classic Activision games, sort of games ranging from you got like Kabroom, Grand Prix, Commando, Mech Warrior 2, Pitfall, and so on. And this is part of Xbox's initiative to step up their preservation in sort of backward compatibility of games that resided prior to Xbox. So we've already got the initiatives of the 360 catalog, the Xbox One catalog, and the original Xbox catalog, but this is Xbox now branching out into IPs that they own, or franchises that, and games that they own that predate the Xbox franchise. So this opens up a whole other avenue, and Xbox has indicated that we are going to see more added to this Retro Classics chamber going forward. Be sure to check this one out. It's a fun little tool. All these games available, and they've got weekly challenges, daily challenges, sort of challenges against your friends. Essentially keeps the competition going to keep you coming back week in, week out. We then have the announcement of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Remastered coming to Xbox on June 10th, and more importantly coming to Xbox Game Pass day one. Now this is an Xbox 360 game, the precursor to Space Marine 2 that came out last year, fantastic game. Well, this game as well, way back when I played it over a decade ago, so 2011 I believe this one came out. Fantastic game, very much a Gears of War style clone, just minus the cover shooting. This is definitely going to be one that many people might have missed because there's a decade and a half that's gone by since this game was available, and this is not available on backwards compatibility. So this is the first time it's been available on a console outside of the Xbox 360, within the Xbox ecosystem, I should say. So what this game comes is it's essentially the same game, just with upgraded controls, interface overhauled, some new character models, and just the audio has been improved with the resolution bumped up to 4K. So be sure to check this one out. I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a big fan of Space Marine 2 that came out last year. We then have a little controversial topic in the form of Borderlands 4, specifically in reference to the Gearbox CEO, Randy Pitchford. So recently on social media, one user had wrote to Randy, stating, "Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increases of the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher." Now, Randy could have very much taken a diplomatic approach here and stated that he doesn't set the price himself, because that is most likely controlled by 2K. Or he could have just stated that the decision has not been made at this time. But what Randy actually came out and replied to the fan was stating that if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen, and then proceeded to make an anecdote stating that back in 1991 there was a game called Starflight on the Sega Genesis for $80, and he was just out of school and he was working minimum wage in an ice cream parlor, and essentially found a way to make it happen to buy the game. Now, that's all well and good from an anecdotal standpoint, but it's a little tone deaf to indicate that only real fans will find a way to pay for this, or that if you're a real fan, you'll pay whatever is the case. I think in every sort of medium outside of gaming, everybody's always going to look for the best price, irrespective of the quality of the item. You always look for the best price. So to imply that anything but a real fan, if you choose not to go for the higher price tag, is just completely tone deaf, and probably Randy's put his foot in it here. I know many people have sort of turned back, just judging from social media, have turned back, stating that based on that attitude that this was going to be a day one purchase, but they're now simply going to wait for a sale just out of spite. Each your own. You're the master of your own wallet. But an interesting one from Randy there, maybe a sign that Take-Two are also going to be putting their prices up later this year. Though we can take benefit at the moment of knowing at least the next Mafia game is reasonably priced here in the UK. It's priced at £45. So gotta take the win where you can. We then have the launch of Doom: The Dark Ages. So we touched on last week, you know, that this game was now available in Game Pass, but specifically the launch success of it. So we've had confirmation from id that Doom: The Dark Ages has seen over 3 million players since its launch and is the most successful Doom launch of all time. Now, granted, yes, this game is in Game Pass, but that shouldn't be seen as a negative. This, if anything, it's just increased the reach of the game, and they've stated that it's hit its target 7 times faster than Doom Eternal. So considering it's probably hit it in sort of 3-4 days, it's fair to assume that Doom Eternal took around 3 to 4 weeks to hit that exact same target. Now, we've also got a leak of sort of the split on this. So there was a lot of suggestions earlier in the week that Doom: The Dark Ages wasn't a success because the Steam player count looked low. Now, take it from me, everyone. The Steam player count is not a barometer for the success of a game. It's only covering one storefront on one platform. And in the case of Doom: The Dark Ages, it was also available on the Microsoft Store and also available on Battle.net and also available on Xbox PC Game Pass. So that's always going to split the player base, but we've now had confirmation that the game had 2 million players across Xbox and Xbox Game Pass, 500,000 on PlayStation, and then 500,000 on PC, and that is covering both PC Game Pass and Steam. So Xbox, the real breadwinner here when it comes to the Doom: The Dark Ages, is a success. But yeah, fantastic game if you haven't already played it. Currently on chapter 14, looking to finish this one this weekend. So congratulations to it, and congratulations to Microsoft on this one. And with that, everybody, that's it this week with a news roundup. Sort of some big topics there in the form of Game Pass, but then it sort of quietened down as the week went on. So if you did enjoy this video today, please do hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.